These food trucks bring in $55,000 a month, and you won't believe how it all started.
We were literally selling food out of our parents' backyard.
But how do you succeed in a business with a 60% failure rate?
By proving the concept first, we basically eliminated the risk.
How do you get customers?
Our first day opening, we were hoping for about 5 orders, and we ended up with 60 orders.
But what are the common pitfalls to watch out for?
Our first night in the truck, there was a long line down the block, and then boom, the generator just dies and turns off.
We're spending the day with Fatboy Fried Rice to see what it takes to actually run a fast-growing food truck.
I'm giving our staff and you a challenge. Can we make $1,800 in the next 5 hours?
Did we hit the $1,800 challenge goal? What do we end up?
Check it out, man.
We're here to see what it takes to actually run a fast-growing food truck business and whether you can start something with no money and honestly, what customers think about it. How many times do you think you've been to this food truck?
Probably about 20.
What's up, guys? Great to meet you both. Ryan.
Josh, nice to meet you, man.
Ryan, nice to meet you. Today we're doing Fatboy Fried Rice. Before we get started, I have to point out these shirts because these shirts are like totally awesome.
Fatboyfriedrice.com, man.
Yeah. Give me the overview. Like, what are we doing today? How many trucks are there? Tell me the story of Fatboy Fried Rice.
So basically, man, Fatboy Fried Rice is an Asian fusion based food truck out here in Jacksonville, Florida. We started off in a pandemic. 2020, 2021 era. We have about 4 food trucks now, 3 Fatboy Fried Rice food truck, and then we have another food truck, which is more like a Hawaiian, Filipino-based food truck. Yeah, basically, man, we started selling food out of our parents' backyard. We were taking pictures of them on Instagram and just rolling them out to social media. And we were like, DM us if you want to order. And then basically started like that, like and leverage social media on our end and just post as much as possible, make the food look as best as possible. And fast forward now to 2026, we're here and we're working on it, man. Yes, sir.
I want to hear about your guys' story. How do you two know each other? I'm talking to Joshua and JM, Double J here, so yeah.
Crazy story, man. So we actually know each other back home in the Philippines from we were kids, man, probably like 4 or 5 years old. We went to school together. We used to actually walk to school together. And then 2009, I moved out here to Jacksonville. And then in 2010, I think he moved out here to Florida. And then he moved to Jacksonville, and then we just basically reconnected from there. Basically, man, when he moved out here, we were kind of like linked together. You know, we worked the same jobs, and we were like, why not just start our own thing and do our own thing, you know?
So we have the Fatboy Fried Rice food truck. We also have this food truck. Give us a quick synopsis. What is this one?
Okay, so this is a Silogan food truck. This one basically specializes in Filipino, Hawaiian food. This one moves around, so we take these out to like events and parties and things like that.
Well, take me into here. Where are we at right now? What are we gonna be doing in here?
Yeah, so pretty much this is our commissary, man. This is kind of like our hub, our headquarters. Everything comes out of here. All the prep comes out of here. All the inventory for all the food trucks basically come out of here.
What are you paying for rent in a place like this?
So over here, we got a great relationship with the owners here and the landlord. We do about $1,000 a month.
No way.
Yeah, here. With electric.
How long has your team been in this place?
We've been here for about a year. We were just basically prepping everything out the truck, man. We were like, you know what, man, it's time for us to go ahead and get a hub and get a headquarters we can kind of store everything at.
So good. So how do you guys keep this place stocked?
So for the most part, pretty much we have a par list, man, that we kind of follow throughout the week. Sometimes we do kind of, you know, order a little bit lesser. So we have to come in and go to those Restaurant Depot runs. But for the most part, we have a par list that we kind of go through during the week on, you know, days that's what's gonna be busy and what's gonna be slow.
So talk to me, what's coming off this truck? How much food is it and what does it typically cost?
So this one is our smaller delivery for the week. This is our second delivery for the week. And basically this is kind of like just to finish out throughout the week for the things that we need. I'll probably say this truck is probably about $1,000 to $800 for this delivery itself.
So let's have a challenge today for you and for our viewers to stay tuned for this as well. What's a revenue number that we could hit in the 5 hours or so that you're gonna be open?
I'll probably say maybe about $1,800 to $2,000. That's a pretty good stretch. That's about 40% of what we usually do during lunch shift. It's a good stretch of a number, but you know, I think we could do it.
Where exactly are we at?
So today, man, we are at Restaurant Depot. This place definitely brings back a lot of memories for us.
Yeah. So before you're doing delivery or getting stuff delivered to you, this is where you're going to pick up all your supplies?
Yes, sir. Yep, 100%. We basically kind of source everything here when we were first getting started and stuff like that. So Restaurant Depot was definitely our best friend, man. We come here all the time. We still come here to this day to grab a couple things, but not as much as we used to before anymore.
Cool. Well, let's hop in and grab some supplies for today. Let's go.
Sir.
What are we grabbing here today?
So we're grabbing a couple things, man, from Restaurant Depot that either Cisco doesn't carry or things that, you know, are a little bit cheaper compared to our Cisco reps. So Yes, sir.
Take me back then. Like, what were you typically like spending on a haul like this in the early days?
When we were first kind of starting out, we were probably doing about maybe 600 to 700 a week. So now with Restaurant Depot, man, we're about probably with Cisco and Restaurant Depot, we're probably close to that 3,000, 4,000 range out the week. So it's definitely a lot, but yeah, we try to keep it as simple as possible.
So could anyone just walk in here and start shopping in this?
This is open to the public, so anybody can come in here and get a day pass, just come and shop.
I like it. If someone doesn't have a Restaurant Depot near them, what are some alternatives that they could go to?
I would definitely try to look at as much like wholesale, like Sam's Club or Costco, something like that where you can buy in bulk. I'm definitely trying to go for bulk so you can definitely save a lot of money.
So this is a lot of white rice here. Is this what you guys were like used to have, or?
So that's one of the perks with the deliveries, man, because we used to come in here and grab pretty much like 20 of these 100-pound bags a week.
Heavy, 100 pounds here.
Yeah, man, these things are definitely pretty heavy, bro. So that's one of the best things with Cisco is that we're able to, get them delivered. But yeah, man, we used to get our workout in, grabbing these things and put them in that truck.
Yeah, when did you know it's time to stop like doing this yourself and start doing deliveries then?
Definitely when we kind of seen ourselves, spending more than $1,000 and basically kind of finding ourselves coming in here almost every day. We know the staff and we basically kind of knew everybody, man. And then Cisco actually kind of reached out to us, put the deal out on us and made it a lot easier for us to do that.
So what have we got so far and what are we grabbing here?
So these are our lemonade syrups. So we make lemonades on the truck, and then we basically kind of like look at the Restaurant Depot stock that they have, and we just basically go off with our lemonade flavor of the week or flavor of the day. And today we got the green apple. This one usually goes pretty good, but we basically take this, man, and mix it with our lemonades and stuff like that.
Yeah. Do you kind of feel like a scientist, like all these different like recipes, like the foods?
That's one of the best things that I enjoy with the food truck, where I'm able to kind of like mess around and play around with the different ingredients. Although it is a little bit difficult because it is a food truck, so we don't really have much room to store anything, but that's definitely one of the things that I look forward to and enjoy a lot the most, just to mess with the ingredients and just come up with different things that, some of them might be good, some of them might not be good. Cold in here, right?
It's cold in here. I have a gear UpFlip hoodies at uplipacademy.com. Just kidding. I want to talk about like challenges and honestly like growing up. I mean, you're an entrepreneur now. Did you have anything that like sparked your entrepreneurial curiosity or anything from a young age?
No, not really, man. I mean, I came from the Philippines, third world country. Man, we didn't really have anything. Even when coming here, we didn't really have anything. Came from immigrant parents, so that definitely gave us, the drive and the motivation to, make something out of nothing.
So give us a quick recap of everything that we got here today.
So basically, man, we got a couple seasonings, some eggs. We got some chicken thighs here. They're a lot cheaper at Restaurant Depot. We got some sweet chili sauce for our lumpia. And then we got the syrups. We got just a couple seasonings and then some onions.
Any guesses what today's total is going to be for our audience?
I would say I'm thinking maybe about, actually you go first. What's your guess, bro?
Man, I don't know. I'll go 67.
Okay, 67. Probably say maybe about 320.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
We'll stay tuned. We're getting the final price here. I had no idea. We have our final total now. What was our final total?
So our final total was $373.
And you said 360, I think.
320.
Oh, what? There we go. 373 right there. People think the life of an UpFlip host is just hosting. No.
Yeah.
You get put to manual labor. Be careful what you wish for, everybody at home.
Make sure they don't edit that out, man.
No, put that in there. Sweet, so where are we at right now?
So right here, we're at the Lee Carroll's Meat Shop. This is basically where we source all of our proteins, our chicken, pork, and things like that, beef and things like that.
What are tips for finding a good like local meat market? Because obviously the quality of a protein's like everything for me anyways.
I feel like it's really just, if you're still starting out, like build relationships with the local markets in your area. With us, we went through, different local meat markets in our area. And then with these guys, it's just, they work pretty good with us. With providing us the things that we need. Some of the things we do carry in the truck they didn't have before. They were able to grab that for us and, supply that for us.
Oh, well, top is that. Let's go grab some meat.
Let's do it.
Let's talk about meat quality. How important is it, especially as like a food truck vendor, to have like really great meat in your products?
Yeah, man, that's something we take, big pride in is our quality, man. A lot of people, they spend their hard-earned money to come eat with us. So, that's the least we could do is make sure that the quality is up to par and they get the best meat. We don't want to serve anything that we want to eat ourselves, so we definitely take a big pride on that one.
Yeah, how long have you all been coming to this location? Was this a day one thing? Or?
Yeah, man, we've probably been coming here for about 2 years now.
Okay, nice.
Like I said, the owners here are great. We have a great relationship with them.
Cool. I mean, what do you just pull out of here? And yeah, talking about this, this looks so good.
Yeah, so these are prime beef short ribs that we source out of here. They're a bit pricey, man. Probably I would say maybe about $10 to $11 a pound. So these are these are pretty expensive. And then we probably do about 100 to 130 pounds out here for a week.
Wow. And so we got a beef short rib here. What else is in, what's in here then as well?
This one is our pork chops here. Yeah, they're pretty heavy, bro.
Yeah.
For these, or the pork chops, we probably do about 90 to 100 pounds per week with this one.
Between the two here, price, what are you gonna be spending here today?
These two right here, I would probably say maybe about 500, 500 to 600. And then he still has another thing that he's cutting over there, which is our knuckles, which is a little like our beef knuckles.
Oh my god.
We use. But yeah, I'll probably say maybe about $600-700.
Is there a specific like dish that comes to mind where like high quality meat like matters the most?
Sure. I feel like the top two things are like the beef short ribs, and then this one right here is the knuckles. You know, it takes a little bit of patience to cook them the way you want it to be soft and things like that. So I would probably say definitely the bulgogi fried rice and the beef short rib fried rice are the top two things. So let me go ahead and weigh this out, man. And how much do you think this weighs, man?
Let me feel it.
Go ahead. You can just put it right here on the
I lift quite a bit. I don't know. I'm gonna say, I'll say 25 pounds or so.
Let's check it out.
Let me throw it down here.
19.80 pounds. So just 5 pounds a little short.
5 or 6 pounds off. I was that wrong, so.
Yeah.
Awesome, so we just got back from the meat market here. We got the ingredients out to make some yummy sauces. What exactly are we creating here today?
So today we're making sweet mayo sauce, one of our popular sauces in Fatboy fried rice.
Nice, what exact ingredients go into this one, yeah?
It's gonna be Creole, granulated garlic.
Here we go, oh my gosh.
Big containers, right?
Yeah.
Ground black pepper, and then we're gonna put sriracha and then the heavy mayo right here.
Cool, well let's start making some stuff here. One thing that does stand out on your social media is you guys create all your sauces. Do you make them every day? Talk to us about the process of like actually making these sauces.
Everything is like made fresh. We try to get everything as fresh as possible. So usually like the sauces and like, mostly all the meats, like we try to get it out the way early in the morning.
We do about 3 or 4 gallons a day with this right here, and then we do them in the truck. So this is one of the main sauces that we have at the truck.
Yeah.
So yes, sir, definitely this gets done. And it takes about maybe, as you see, probably about 10-15 minutes to do. So we're actually gonna have you do the fun part, man, and you do the mixing and get some.
I actually get to mix this thing?
Yeah. So you get some sweat in there, man.
All right, well, it smells like incredible. I don't want to mess up this sauce. What's the secret here?
So basically, you want to incorporate everything that we just put in there, man. So we got a little bit of gochujang in there as well. Just incorporate everything together. And
it smells so good.
Yes.
Oh, that is very good. So like I wish the viewers could smell how like good this smells here.
And it should come out like a light orange.
Okay.
This is kind of like our version of.
Yeah. Sorry, I can see the color starting to mix here. This is cool. Yeah. So how long does prep like this usually take, like in a day? Like as you guys are prepping throughout the day, how long before these trucks go out are you guys typically prepping for?
Man, pretty much we have prep days on our off days, which are Tuesdays and Saturdays. The rest of the things is just pretty much the everyday, just getting the truck ready to go out. So this truck that we have here, one of the trucks it's stationary, but we take it to the location every night. So basically every morning we come in a little earlier and just to basically prep up all the truck and kind of get it ready for the day.
How's it look though? Like what do you think? Yeah. How does it look? Good. Show the people. I love it. No, this looks good. Thank you so much.
Of course, man.
Is this process like written down anywhere, or is it just like more feel? Because like when I was doing it, like I was doing like you have sites here.
We have a recipe book for it that we follow and stuff like that. Pretty much for all of the things that we do is we have like a cheat sheet, man, that we try to keep the quality the same as possible.
Can I give it a quality test where we actually have
Yeah, man, definitely, man. Actually, yeah. Go ahead.
How big of a scoop should I do?
Not too much. This is a little bit on the heavier side, so not too much.
Fair?
Yeah, that should be good.
There we go. Here we go. That's good.
Okay.
That's really good.
Yeah, so man, we pair this with a couple different things. We pair this with a couple different dishes on the truck. So yeah, man, people ask for this a lot. So this is kind of like our version of like the yum sauce, but just with a little twist.
Super good. Well, let's go head out to the food trucks and get some of this served.
Let's do it.
think starting a company is complicated? I think that's a bunch of bulgogi. That's because Busy lets you launch your business the simple way. Forming your LLC, filing everything with the state, and making sure you're official with just a few clicks. No confusing fine print, no surprise subscriptions. With Busy, you always get what you order. You get a professional business address with digital mail scanning, so you're legit from day one.
As a business owner, your plate is already full enough. Click the link below to get your company set up the easy way with Busy.
So let's up out of here. How reliable is this spot?
I mean, this spot is pretty good for us, man. You know, we're here consistently 5 days out the week. Like I said, the customers already kind of know where we are, and we're consistent with it. I don't think we missed a day, man, in probably 2-3 years that we're here. On the days that we're supposed to be here, except for holidays, you know, Christmas and things like that. But we've never missed a day, and it's freezing out here right now, and we're here. So, you know, we're here.
I like it. So we set a goal at the beginning of this episode saying basically, hey, we're gonna do $1,800 in 5 hours.
Yeah.
Break down that simply for us. How many orders do we need to have, average ticket?
Yeah.
Kind of break that down.
Like I said, that's a big stretch, you know, in a span of 5 hours. But I would probably say maybe about 40 to 45 ticket orders, and then probably about average ticket size, probably about $30 to $25.
Well, we're gonna get that though.
Yeah.
It's a stretch goal, but stretch goals are good. We're gonna get that.
We're definitely gonna get that, man. And if we don't, it's just another challenge that we wanna, you know, get up there and then, you know, try to get to it.
Oh yeah. Well, talking about menu, what are we serving up here? I see the chicken. The chicken literally looks incredible. Like, what are we serving up here?
Pretty much we have the same menu every time. So we have different Asian dishes. We got, you know, Korean dishes, Japanese dishes, Filipino dishes, but they're all based on fried rices and stuff like that.
Revenue 2025. What did your team do?
Probably 600 to 650,000.
All right, that's a very large number in revenue in 2025.
So we got the food trucks.
Okay.
All four food trucks. We have catering, and then we also do merch, and then also online orders and deliveries.
All right, let's start with the biggest one. Food trucks, is that probably your biggest one?
Yeah, definitely.
What did your food trucks bring in revenue-wise?
Definitely about 80%.
About 80%. What was your next largest category?
Definitely online orders.
Okay, online orders, what would they do?
About 10%.
10% of 2025 revenue. Then catering?
Catering and merch probably about 5%.
5% each. Adds that up, that gets you to about $650,000 in revenue in 2025 or so?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Cool, well, let's keep progressing. How many food trucks are we working with?
So we're about 4 food trucks.
So I'm just gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4. Food truck 1, the one that we're currently at. How much do you think this brings?
This one, 50%.
50%. Food truck number 1. Food truck number 2, what does that one do?
Food truck number 2 probably does about maybe 30%.
Number 2, then the other two, what
I'd probably say 10 and 10.
10 and 10?
Yeah.
And let's clarify for everyone in the audience, where did you guys exactly start up? I want to hit that home again.
Yeah, so we started off selling plates at our parents' backyard.
Love it.
Man, probably about $250, something like that.
$250 for startup costs. Break that down for me a little bit more. We'll add it up. So
yeah, so I'll probably say inventory was probably about $150.
Okay.
For inventory, which is, you know, like the food, dry goods were probably about another $100 for the plates and spoons and things like that. And that's pretty much it, man.
So you're saying you had a $250 startup cost
Yep.
by just selling in your parents' backyard,
Exactly.
of course. Okay. So let's graduate out of that parents' backyard because that was $250. Let's go to the food truck. When you guys first opened this, give me some numbers on that one.
Yeah, so the whole food truck cost about $16,000. Permits were probably about $1,000. And then I would say inventory and food was probably another $1,000. And then miscellaneous like propane and gasoline and things like that was probably about $250.
So that for your food truck number 1, that was what we're looking at for your startup cost here.
Yep.
So 17, 18, about $18,250.
Yes, sir.
We are at food truck number 1 here. Can we get inside and actually check this thing out?
Yeah, man, definitely, bro, for sure.
Let's talk about it. There better be a shirt in the back for me. Look at this place. Wow, this is sick. Give us a little tour of this place.
Come in, man. So
Come on in.
it's a food truck, so it's not too big. Y'all remember JM?
What's up, Jay? I'm good to see you again.
So basically, man, this is our whole line here. We have our rice cooker, man. This rice cooker can cook up to 60 gallons at a time. So this thing's pretty big, man.
Holy moly.
We have a wok here. This is where all the rice gets fried at, things like that. And then this is where our fryer.
Dude, it smells
and all the
good.
meat kind of get cooked out here. So yeah, this is our system, man, pretty much. And then on this side, this is where the expo will be at.
Yeah,
So
show us.
she'll be basically kind of coming in here and prepping all the food. The tickets are kind of coming out here, and he just basically put it up. All the food goes out to this window here.
Nice. What's the cost to like build this out essentially with all like the equipment here? I mean, there's some big equipment in it.
Yes, sir. So, I mean, this is one of the latest truck that we have, the newest one. This build cost us about 48,000.
Okay, wow. Big
48,000, and then we had a blueprint that we wanted in mind, so we designed all the stuff, the equipment that we're gonna use and things like that.
So if someone's watching this like, okay, I do want to build out a food truck. What type of layout? What type of features? What should they be looking for in a food truck?
I mean, first things first, man, if you're just kind of starting off and just trying to, you know, get your feet wet in the food truck industry, I would definitely suggest to go on Marketplace first. Look at Marketplace and see what you can find. Look for the equipment that you're gonna use. If you have a fryer, you have a grill, you have a flat top, and just kind of base it off that. And then I would say definitely Marketplace has a lot of, you know, great used food trucks for sure.
When you buy your first food truck, how did you afford it? Like, where'd you find it? I mean, you just throw 48,000 down because you have the money, or like,
No, not at all, man. So when we first bought our food truck, we bought our first used food truck on Marketplace. We saved up all the money that we had from, you know, selling food in our backyard.
That's awesome.
From the beginning. And then we had a little bit of help from our parents as well. And then we bought the first food truck that we bought was about $16,000. Luckily for us, we had everything that we needed at that time. So we were able to make money off that food truck and just kind of snowball.
Dude, I love the heart, man. The heart is awesome. I appreciate it. So good.
Yes, sir.
So are your trucks at permanent locations then? So like if it is slow, you can roll out, or like how does that work?
Yes and no. Luckily for us, the customers kind of already know the days that we're here and the hours that we're here. And we want to be consistent. You know, of course, there are going to be days that are slower than others, but I feel like the consistency that we're here so that the customers know that we're here all the time is definitely something important that we want to do. So yeah, man, you can get up and leave if it's slow, but we want to build that rapport with our customers and just kind of stay here and let them know that we're here.
And how long have you all been at this spot?
We've been at this spot for about 2 years.
2 years now. Okay, so that's got to be pretty solid.
Yes,
People know who you are, and they know.
I mean, I don't know if a lot of people know, but with the food truck, man, if you move it around, there's a lot of work.
Really?
Man, there's so much work to moving from different locations and just basically taking your truck anywhere is a lot of work. So, you know, we're grateful that we have this spot that we can just kind of stay here all the time.
Give our audience 2 quick tips on choosing a good food truck location.
I would say definitely look at the area that you're setting up in, you know, who you're feeding.
Okay.
And I'll probably say another tip is somewhere that you're familiar. This area here, this is where we kind of grew up at. We went to school here, so this is our community, you know what I mean? So got in trouble here and things like that. So so we pretty much know, you know, in this community here. So that I would say start there first, you know, kind of get with the people that you know and know you.
How quickly were you able to earn back your initial investment then?
Yeah, probably 3 months actually. We're able to see the investment back, and we're able to pay up our parents from the help that they gave us.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely three months.
And then turning a profit. I mean, how quickly were you guys able to turn a profit then?
Probably like in the first 6 months, we're able to pay ourselves and then see some profit.
Welcome everyone to Fan Blitz with Fatboy Fried Rice. Excited to do this here. You ready for our Fan Blitz section?
Let's do it.
Cool. How long into your operations did you wait to get your second truck?
Probably about 1.5 years.
What's your tip for keeping the truck running efficiently while also running the business?
Be consistent with it, man. You just got to be consistent with it. That's it.
How did you organically grow your business? Would it work for me today?
Use Instagram as your leverage. Social media, you know, post as much as you can.
What's the best part of being an entrepreneur?
Things like this, man. You know, you're able to free up some time. You know, you're able to buy back your freedom. Yeah, definitely the freedom.
If you had to start all over again, you only had $500, what would you do?
I would probably say get my supplies, get marketing, and then probably just do rollouts on my food. Yeah.
That's wrapping Fan Blitz.
There we go.
Look at that. That's insane.
This is the bulgogi fried rice from what we saw at the meat market yesterday that he was coming earlier and he was cutting. We did a sweet mayo sauce and a sriracha sauce on there. And then on the other side is the beef short rib fried rice. So try it out, man. Let us know how you like it, bro.
Dude.
That is so good. Yeah.
All the sauce. Oh, that is very, 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 very good.
Yeah.
All the sauces in there are super good.
There, so you pick it up with your finger and you eat it like that, bro. That's how you.
Oh, this is how I'm supposed to eat it?
That's the best way to do it. There's a bone though, so be careful.
Oh yeah, I got a bone in my mouth. Still good though, dude. That is incredible.
Nice, man.
Cool. Let's talk about this. Was this one of like your best sellers, or where is this at in the lineup?
This is definitely one of the most popular dishes here. Is the bulgogi fried rice with the short ribs.
What's the price if I was gonna go order this at the window? How much does this cost?
This probably would run you about maybe $18 to $20.
$18 to $20. So margin on something like this, it's gonna cost you $20 or so. What's your margin or so?
This whole plate probably costs us about $6 to $7
to make.
To make.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's profit margin right there. Yes, sir.
Challenge check-in for the audience here. We just got done basically with our lunch rush. What are we at revenue-wise?
We're going pretty strong, man. We're about $723.63.
Let's go.
Yes, sir. And we probably got still maybe 4 more hours to go. So I think we're on the right track.
Let's go. Stay tuned because we are going to get this goal. I know the stretch goal. We are going to get this goal.
Let's do it.
So we are at food truck number 2. Where exactly are we at?
So right here we are at the west side of town of Jacksonville, off of Castle Avenue. Yeah, this is probably about 20, 30 minutes away from the other truck.
And then revenue-wise, what does this do compared to food truck number 1?
This one does about, I'll probably say about 30% of what we had on the numbers, just because this is open one day less than the other one. And it's also open a little bit later. On this side of town, we got a lot of night crowd here and stuff like that. A lot of.
How many days a week is this open?
This was open 4 days out the week.
So we have multiple food trucks that you're managing. How are you guys ensuring like consistent quality from truck to truck?
Just basically, we have this thing for all the managers, man, where they gotta taste everything before every service, which is what we call a quality control.
Okay.
Basically, like a checklist of everything. So mostly the guys know the SOPs and stuff like that. What it's supposed to look like, what it's supposed to taste like. If something feels off, they definitely, take a picture, put it on a group chat, and then we'll go from there.
When you're opening a new truck, how similar do you try to keep it to the others?
We try to keep it as similar as possible. We already kind of have like you said, SOPs and systems in place that we want to do. So whenever we do open a new truck, we definitely try to keep it as similar as the others.
When you are opening the new trucks though, is like month 1 and 2 a little bit slower, or how do you guys kind of manage that as well?
Yeah, definitely. Especially when you're just opening up, and then that goes with the marketing and things like that, and how you market and stuff like that. But definitely the first couple months is a little bit slower.
Yeah, how do you start to accelerate people to start coming here? It's like a mix like word of mouth, posting on social media. What does that look like on your end?
We feel like it's mostly the social media. We try to leverage that as much as possible. Really, for most of the marketers that we have, is just more social media. And then, word of mouth and things like that. We don't run any ads or anything like that either.
So as you know, we have a little bit of a challenge going on, but if one food truck's location's a little bit slower, can the other one make up for it?
Yeah, definitely. It's usually sometimes like that. One truck is super busy, and the other truck is kind of getting there. But usually it's like it reverses a little bit, but definitely they both kind of piggyback off each other.
Misconception about starting a food truck. I mean, there's so many conceptions, I'm sure, of starting a business in general, but specifically to a food truck, what is the biggest misconception of starting?
That it's not just about cooking. Yeah. You definitely got to wear all the hats. Basically, you got to be everything. It's not just, I feel like the cooking part is probably maybe 40% of it. There's definitely a lot of things that people don't know about the food truck. Personally, me, I think it's a lot harder than having a restaurant.
Okay, why is that? Yeah.
It's just too much things that you got to do. You got to fill up your propane. For us as a food truck owner, whenever we go shop, we got to, like you see what we're doing today, we got to go to these different locations and things like that to grab the inventory that we need. As far as the restaurant, they can just drop off there, cook there, prep there, and sell their food over there. So I say it's a little bit different, but one thing is definitely, it's not just about cooking. It's not just about being able to cook good food. It's everything else.
Listeners, if you are thinking about starting your own business, we put together the 10 best and worst businesses you can start based off of your budget and lifestyle. Click down below to grab that for free in the description. So we got the first location. That food was amazing. So I'm gonna try something else at this location. Yes, so sir. What are we gonna be having?
So today we're gonna give you the cheeseburger fried rice. That's actually the dish that originated the whole Fatboy fried rice thing.
Oh man, so I'm excited.
I'm gonna give you that. We'll see how you like it, man.
Awesome, I love it. Let's go give it a try.
Let's do it.
Here we go. It smells incredible.
Oh.
What specifically? This looks insane. What is this, dude? This looks incredible.
So for you, we gave you the cheeseburger fried rice, man, and we topped it off with some chicken teriyaki on top.
Oh my gosh.
Some fried onions in there for the texture, and then the green parsley just for the color.
Dude, this looks like insane.
Let us know how you like it, man.
Is this something people like? Yeah, tell me a little bit more about this.
So you got to go chicken teriyaki, a little bit of chicken teriyaki with the cheeseburger. That's it right there. That's
the bite. That's the bite.
A little bit of rice on there.
Right, like that.
Yeah, there you go.
Cheers to our beautiful viewers.
Yes, sir.
That is literally like a cheeseburger. That is really savory and really good.
Nice.
That's perfect. Is this something people specifically come for? Or is this like a bestseller? This is insane.
Definitely.
Look at this again.
Now we gave you the chicken on top, but a lot of people add different meats on it, man. They do the cheeseburger with the bulgogi on top, the short ribs on top, the pork chop on top. So it's just, free for all, whatever you want to do.
So yeah. How'd you come up with that idea? Did you see that online, or is it just your own invention?
We had a chef that we were working with, and he was kind of telling us like, man, this would be a crazy idea, and we just kind of made it happen, made it come to life.
Super good.
And we realized like, man, what if we just do different types of fried rices? And that's how Fatboy Fried Rice kind of came along.
So incredible. We got the profit margin on the last, at the last food truck.
Yeah.
How much does this cost and what does it cost to make it?
Roughly around the same. This plate would probably be about $6, $7, like I said. And then we sell this plate for about maybe $22, $23 a plate.
So you had the hamburger dish here. I'm curious, like, do different dishes do better depending on the location?
Yeah, definitely. For this location, the cheeseburger fried rice is pretty popular over here. For the other locations, the bulgogi or chicken teriyaki fried rice are a lot more popular down there.
And then do you ever sell out of stuff?
Yeah, in the beginning, we were basically selling out every day, man.
No way.
Yeah, and then we realized, like, you know, that's money that we land, walk out the door. So we're able to kind of get our par and get our inventory right to where that we're not able to sell out. And also on top of that, we have a lot of people that come in from, you know, somewhere far to come in and try the food. And it was sucks for them to come in and we ran out of things that, you know, they want to eat and things like that. So we try to keep it as stock as possible.
So now we're asking customers what their thoughts are on the food truck. So what's your name and have you been here before?
My name is Mike. Yeah, I've been here several times.
Cool. What's your go-to order? What do you typically get?
I always get the shrimp fried rice, add the beef short rib. I'm a big seafood guy, but I always add the short rib. It's a combination that goes perfect together.
Yeah. How many times do you think you've been to this food truck in general here?
The one on the west side, probably 5, including the one on beach, probably about 20.
On a scale of like 1 to 10 for someone viewing, like how much would you recommend this food truck?
Definitely a 10. 10, as long as you, like, say, you order in advance, put your order in. Never disappoints. It's consistent.
So we are at the end of our day, and of course, if viewers are wondering, did we hit the $1,800 challenge goal? What do we at?
Check it out, man. So right here, we're at 1773.
It was a little short, but you said 1,800 was gonna be a stretch goal. I mean,
I'm actually super proud. We love challenges, man, and that's a great number.
it talks about like dreaming big for the audience.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, you guys knew you were gonna set a stretch goal.
Yeah.
You didn't get $1,800, but I mean, being however much short, I mean, that's gotta be a good feeling either way.
Definitely, yeah, it's a great feeling, man. And like I said, I mean, starting from the real, you know, from the backyard and stuff like that, and to be able to have something like this, we're happy with that.
Well, if you guys are happy with this video, make sure to check out Fatboy Fried Rice at any other location. Drop us a subscribe, a comment, a like down below, and we will see you next week.
Come check us out, man.
If you enjoyed this episode, check out episode 225, where we head down to Houston to interview the founder of Smart Drinks, Charles, who runs a smoothie food truck business and has no cleanup. And he is claiming that he has an 80% profit margin. So we had to go down there and find out for ourselves. Check it out right here. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you next time.